You're not fat because you eat too much, you're fat because you're hibernating like a bear. And until you reverse that signal, no diet will work. Here's what nobody told you. Hibernation isn't a sleep state, it's a metabolic state. Bears get fat in October because their body switches into a storage program, low temperature, low metabolism, fat held back from being burned. Same hormones, same machinery as ours, and right now, most men in the developed world are running that program year round. How do I know? Body temperature. Healthy human core temperature is 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, 37 degrees Celsius. The average modern American sits around 97 degrees Fahrenheit, 36.6 degrees Celsius. Resting metabolic rate dropped 175 calories a day per person between 1919 and 1986 for matched age and weight. The Harris-Benedict equation from 1919 still accurately predicts metabolic rate in Italians today. It just doesn't work for Americans anymore. Americans aren't lazy, they've quietly entered torpor. I rode 22 hours a week on the New Zealand elite team. I weighed 92 kilograms. My skin folds were lower than the lightweight rowers, guys in the under 70 weight class. By every visible measure, I was lean, leaner than nearly everyone I trained with, and I was still pre-diabetic, still tired, still in torpor. Why? Because the government-funded nutritionists at Rowing New Zealand told us to eat McDonald's every Saturday training. Their frame, a calorie is a calorie. I followed it. I also craved cheese, crackers, and potato chips. The fat I was carrying wasn't excess, it was contaminated, high in linoleic acid, the dominant fatty acid in seed oils, in McDonald's fries, and cheese crackers. My visible fat was low, my adipose linoleic acid was high. That's the worst combination. You can't see the problem because you're skinny. Here's the mechanism. Brad Marshall and Peter at Hyperlipid trace it cleanly. Your stored fat is the substrate your mitochondria burn. When that fat is mostly saturated like a healthy, lean person, like a Bolivian forager, like a 1960s American, burning it produces a sharp pulse of mitochondrial ROS, reactive oxygen species. That ROS pulse is the satiation signal. It tells your fat cells to stop releasing fuel because there's enough. It tells your hypothalamus you're full. When that fat is loaded with linoleic acid, like a modern American, like a hibernating bear in October, burning it produces almost no ROS. The signal never fires, so your fat cells don't get the message to stop storing. You stay hungry, you stay cold, you stay tired. The signal is missing. That's hibernation. Stefan Guyenet's 2015 paper in Advances in Nutrition pinned the trajectory. American adipose tissue went from 9% linoleic acid in 1959 to 21.5% in 2008, a 136% increase. Modern Europeans sit around 11%, where Americans were in the mid-60s. The half-life of stored linoleic acid is about 680 days. Whatever you ate 3 years ago is still in your fat tissue, still feeding the signal, still keeping you in torpor. The kicker, in 1939, the USDA recorded Americans eating between 4,400 and 5,100 calories a day. Wealthy, sedentary, urban men ate the most. Subway, taxis, elevators, already in widespread use. Obesity was rare. Modern intake is around 2,500. We eat half as much, we're twice as fat. The hibernation hypothesis is the only story that explains both. I now train 6 hours a week, 1 hour a day, 6 days a week. I compete in Hyrox Pro on animal-based eating, no seed oils, no a calorie is a calorie. My body temperature is back to 37 degrees Celsius. My energy production is higher than it was at 22 hours a week on the elite team. I eat to satiety because the signal works again. To exit torpor, 3 moves. 1. Stop the linoleic acid stream. No seed oils, no vegetable oils, no restaurant food cooked in either. The half-life is 680 days. Every day you keep eating, the timer resets. This is the input that has to change first. 2. Eat saturated fat. Beef, tallow, butter, full-fat dairy if you tolerate it, cocoa butter. Saturated fat is the substrate that produces the ROS signal. The signal is what gets your metabolism out of storage mode. 3. Train hard. 6 days a week, 1 hour. Not 2, not 22. Hibernating mammals exit torpor in spring through dietary changes and moving more, but exercise activates AMPK, the master suppressor of the storage program. It speeds the unwind. You're not fat, you're hibernating. The fix is the signal, not the calories, energy, body temperature. Cravings start moving within weeks. Body composition follows over months. Full clearance of stored linoleic acid takes years. Start the clock today. Tomorrow morning, ditch the seed oils. Cook in butter. Train 1 hour. Tell me in 6 weeks if your morning energy isn't different.